Bronies, Clay and Tom are back.
What's up? Coming back from the break, coming at you live from Hate the Game League Studios. What's up?
We took a week off, and now we're bringing it back, and we're ramming it in your backside.
You know it, son. Coming to bring the heat. Let's hear it.
Alright, guys, as you can see, taking a week off has affected Tom and me both. I wouldn't say that I'm happy to be back. I definitely enjoyed the break.
For sure. I'm ready to do this podcast, bring something to you guys out there. We got an exciting week. Actually, we've got an exciting 2 weeks left in this season here, so let's rock and roll.
First thing I got to talk about this week, Hogs blowing up Missouri.
They look good. They look really good. I'm glad that they won. Got a little bowl game action going. So
it'll be interesting to see what bowl game we get. I know it's going to be a decent one. Probably won't be able to go because my wife never likes going to live sporting events.
Bummer.
As far as fantasy football goes, do you have anything for us, Tom?
Again, the last 2 weeks of the regular season for our league are going to be pretty exciting. It's anybody's ball game at this point in time. So buck up, make sure you got the right people in, and let's do this.
In real football, Panthers are still the only undefeated team. I think they probably are maybe the best team in the league right now.
They are hot, and Cam Newton is tearing it up. It doesn't matter if he's throwing or running in the end zone. He gets in the end zone and gets it done. So
I thought the Patriots were going to do it, but they got dominated by one of my favorite players in the NFL, motherfucking C.J. Anderson.
Woo, you got some hatred for that guy, don't you?
It was a rough week for me. Let's put it that way. First of all, I only had about 4 or 5 people show up to my outing last Sunday. Thank you, Josh, Pat B, Pat C, and Tom for showing up. Had a good time. Everyone else, you can suck it.
It was a good time. I had a good time out there. So thanks for having us over.
Other than that, I hung out with Spencer and Pat C a couple times over the break, so that was interesting. But here you go to Sunday, Tom. And I'm thinking, I got Pele. I projected more. He beat me last time. I've got it this time. It's going to go my way. And then what happens?
C.J. Anderson all up in ya.
I actually have some live audio from my living room as I was watching the game on Sunday night.
Why?
That was actually me crying in my living room.
I've actually heard him cry like that. It's pretty pathetic.
Curled up in the fetal position. Last thing I'm going to say about it, drafted C.J. Anderson. Did nothing for me for 3 weeks. Traded him to Cromer. Did nothing for Cromer for, 2 weeks. Traded him to Cody. Did nothing for Cody for however many weeks. No one has won a game with C.J. Anderson in the lineup. But Pele, since he has the luck of the Asian, no logic involved. Hey, I'll pick up C.J. Anderson. Looks like a good play this week. 30 fucking points.
Hey, let me ask you something, Clay. Did you know that C.J. Anderson was named the AFC Offensive Player of the Week this week? How does that make you feel?
C.J. Anderson can go fuck himself. But alas, Tom, since I have now lost to Pele twice in one season, I have brought dishonor on my family. So there's only one thing left for me to do. I must perform a fantasy seppuku. So I asked Tom, since you are my only real acquaintance in the league, I don't really have any friends, I would ask that you would be my second and make sure that I follow through with this.
I would be honored to be your second.
This is no laughing matter. I am literally about to gut my fantasy self. It's going to be over. You're going to have to do the podcast the rest of the time by yourself, Tom.
I think I'll manage.
My final words, Pele, you can suck it.
And down goes Clay.
Now there's only one thing left. Thunder Cookie.
What's up, guys? You haven't had a Thunder Cookie in a couple of weeks, so here we go. I got to call out the Browns coaching staff for benching Johnny Idiot Face Manziel.
Johnny Idiot Face!
Apparently, Manziel took to the bar scene and the club scene on his week off and was videotaped, and the Browns didn't like what happened after that, so he got benched. Here's the thing. McCown went down with a broken collarbone. Who did they call upon? Not Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Idiot Face!
All right, Thunder Cookie number 2. I think this is well-deserved. So, Clay, you can give me your feedback after I throw this out there. Cody, for trading away the best player on his team to the soulless ginger, a.k.a. the Ginja Ninja, Odell Beckham Jr.
I would agree that was an awful trade for Cody. His team did blow up the few weeks after that, but now that Luke is in playoff contention and has an amazing-looking team, I'm going to go ahead and second that Thunder Cookie. Since I've been off a week, I'm a little slow on the sound bites this week. So, Browns, get a Thunder Cookie. I'm going to go ahead and give
Johnny Idiot
a
Face!
Thunder Cookie.
Indeed. Well deserved.
And Cody, Clay Jones
Is cooking!
Man, this week off has really affected our focus here.
I don't know about you. I'm on point. I'm ready to rock and roll and knock this stuff
Well,
out.
now that I perform Fantasy Seppuku, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I guess so.
Number of the week, 3.
That's a low number. It's got to be something good. Lay it on me.
It's the amount of 30-plus point players on Ivory Johnson's roster in week 12.
That's pretty stout.
He had Megatron, Russell Wilson, and Sammy Watkins all go for over 30. I did a little research. It's the first time all season that we've had 3 in a starting lineup go for 30-plus. It's the second time that it's happened. In week 3, Pele had 3 players of 30-plus, but he only started 2 of them. Had he started all 3, instead of 170 points, he would have had 203 points.
Wow.
So congratulations to Chrome Dome for setting the league high at 190. And congratulations to Pele for nothing because I hate you. Got another number for you, Tom. 89.
What? Lay it on me. What is it?
Doug Baldwin's number. I know what you're thinking. Why is it interesting? Doug Baldwin, the first player of this year in our league to top the scoring and not be owned.
How many points did he score?
38.5.
So he scored 38 points and nobody in our league
Even had him on a roster.
Okay.
First time.
I've got him on my roster now, so.
Oh, well, it must be nice having a good waiver wire pickup there.
Well, I missed my first guy, so.
Last thing I got, since it's a new week, I've got a lot of stuff to say. You know, I have to talk a lot. It's just live. Luke, kudos to you for having 108 points on your bench.
Yeah.
Your bench would have beat 4 teams this week.
It doesn't really matter who Luke puts in his starting lineup. His team is good.
True.
They score points.
Definitely.
So, fuck you, Luke.
Here we go, baby! I love me some niggas. Let's rock and roll, baby. All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready. Do you got your popcorn ready?
Right now.
Popcorn ready. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want
Clay and Tom's weekly picks.
You can't handle
Their weekly picks.
We took week 12 off. Week 11, I was 3-2. Tom, you were 2-3. That takes me to 31-24, and you 29-26.
Well, since you weren't here last week and you didn't make your picks, I went 5-0, so I think you need to retabulate the scores.
You know what, Tom?
It doesn't matter what you think!
You dole out the Thunder Cookies, I run the league.
Oh, okay, my bad.
And I also run this motherfucking podcast. And the bleep button.
Okay, I'll back off just a little bit this one time.
Since I'm on the Pele hate train, he was supposed to do the write-up last week. He didn't.
Oh, no way.
He's supposed to do the write-up this week. He didn't.
Oh, terrible.
Since he didn't, I'm going to go ahead and roll a little fake Pele.
Gray, I am very sorry for not making your picks this week and last week. When I come down, I will make you more egg rolls for you and your family, and you will have the best fried rice that I can make. I promise you that, or I will dishonor my family and perform seppuku on myself. Thank you.
All right, Pele, that was a pretty good apology.
He sounds like a 300-pound sumo wrestler whenever I hear that.
Well, since I don't have any more paper to read, I'm going to go ahead and wad up this piece of paper. throw it at the thing, and then we'll unwad it 'cause that's my notes. All right, first matchup. Clay versus Cody.
I'm just going to shoot it to you straight because that's how I roll. Cody is going to flat out dominate you this week. You're probably not going to have Devontae Freeman, which means no win, sir. I think that Cody picking up Crockett Gilmore was the missing link for his team.
Crockett Gilmore. I laugh about that now, but C.J. Anderson dropped 30 on me last week, so anything is possible at this point.
Well, you beat down Cody earlier in the year, but it's redemption time for Cody the Caveman. Brute force wins this matchup, not the clever, eloquent baller status.
I do agree with your assessment that if I don't have Devontae Freeman, I don't win. I am 0-5 without Freeman in my lineup if he doesn't play a whole game. He's supposed to come back this week. I don't know if he's going to come back. I've got to have confidence in my team. I've got to win at least one game to make the playoffs. Probably two.
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to win, and Cody can go fuck himself. Second matchup, we got Josh versus Blaylock.
Swifty business is on a losing skid. Unfortunately, his team has started to decline. I got to go with Fish Tacos here. I look back at the trends. Patrick Blaylock scores more points than Swifty business almost every week. So I got to go with Fish Tacos here. And if Big Ben Roethlisberger somehow plays again, Antonio Brown's going to do what he does, 20, 25 points. So
I agree with you here. I don't see any reason why Josh's team will beat Blaylock's team this week. He looks too good. Third matchup. Really the matchup of the season.
no doubt.
The winner goes to the playoffs.
Sure.
Loser still has a good chance to make the playoffs, but it's not a guarantee mathematically.
Right.
We got Spencer versus Chrome Dome. Who you got?
Definitely the matchup of the week and probably the season. Both of these guys are 8-4, and they're vying for the number one spot. You know what? I'm gonna go with Spencer this week. Nelson won the first meeting between them by 8 points, so it could be another close one. So I'm going with Nelson. It's pretty much a toss-up, though.
I'm also going to go with Nelson this week. No Gronk, no win for Cromer.
Agreed.
In week 4, Gronk's bye week against Spencer, he lost.
Yeah.
Week 13, Gronk is out with an injury. I think he's going to lose again. I also think, just from a life standpoint, that his team's going to experience an emotional letdown from the high of scoring 190 points last week. Fourth matchup, we got Luke versus Ferrari.
Man, this would be a pretty close matchup between these guys. I really do think that. Luke's on a 3-game winning streak, and he's looking in to move into the number 2 spot. So his team is strong. You mentioned earlier about his bench. He's also got Odell Beckham Jr., who is a points monster. So I'm going to go with Luke, the Ginja Ninja, man.
As much as I'd hate to say it, I'd rather see him lose. I'm also going to go with Luke. His team's looking strong right now. But my team was also looking strong 2 weeks ago, and now look at me. Started at the top, now I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go with Luke, though. Last matchup, and probably the least important matchup, as far as I'm concerned, you versus Pele Idiot Face.
Okay. Both of us are 6-6, so we have to have wins to attempt to get into a playoff run. So I'm going to go ahead and make my pick and talk a little smack to Pele while I'm at it. Pele, your team of misfits is going down. I'm projected to beat you by 20 points. All the advantages are on my side of the board. Check mark, check mark, check mark. The only thing that you got better than me is Cantizaro, the kicker. Now, he's good, but he's not going to help you win. According to the statistics, I hold the advantage. I'm taking you down. You're done, son.
Boom, son. You're done. Or in Luke's... Boom, son, you're done.
I like Luke's version. It's good.
I agree with all of your points, but, and there's a but, I was also projected to tear Pele a new one last week. And guess what happened?
You got beat down.
He tore me a freaking new one. Stomped an Asian-sized mud hole in my ass.
Small mud hole then, right?
It was small. It was painful, though. It definitely hurt. I think that Pele's luck has somehow returned. I'm not sure how, but I think he finds a way to get it done.
Well, I went back and looked at the last time I played Pele, and Pele beat me by 8 points. And I remember this specifically. This was in the second half of the Steelers game when the Steelers went nothing but Le'Veon Bell every single play. It was a handoff to Le'Veon Bell, handoff to Le'Veon Bell, dump to Le'Veon Bell. That was their whole offense in the second half of that game, and Pele ended up beating me by 8 points because of Le'Veon Bell.
Who needs Le'Veon Bell when you got face C.J. Anderson? I've been out of the game. Tom's been out of the game, but we're bringing you back a good interview right now.
That's a great interview.
A great interview? Oh, sorry. Yeah. All I do is piss excellence on a weekly basis.
I agree, man. You guys are both excellent. So.
We've got the Ginja Ninja, a.k.a. Numbers Guy, a.k.a. like the Trade Master. We got Luke. How's it going, buddy?
It's going well. Can't complain.
How do you feel about your big win last week?
Oh, I was happy to win. Obviously, it was a lot of fun. Patrick, or wait, no, it was Swifty. That's who it was. Josh. Luckily, Chris Johnson got hurt. Tom knew exactly when to drop him, I guess. I was trying to pick him up, too. I was like, man, what's he doing dropping Chris Johnson? I was like, trying to pick him up for $10 on the waiver.
Well, I went to a soothsayer, and they gave me some advice, so I figured I might as well take heed to that warning. So,
what's that number? I need to go there, apparently.
All right, you got a big matchup coming up this week with Ferrari. You're in sole possession of third place. What are you feeling about this week?
Man, I hope I win. Just like everybody else, Ferrari's got an old AARP team, and sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't. And I beat them last time, which is saying something. I'm projected more, but we all know that doesn't really matter. But I do like my matchups. My matchups are really good. I believe they're going to be good for the rest of the year. We got three really good. I think they're really good wide receivers, except for slouching AJ every once in a while. But he's got Brandon Marshall. He's killing it. Larry Fitzgerald's killing it. Obviously Des Bryant's not going to be doing very well anymore, but I like my chances. I need to win both games though, pretty much, or I'm out of the playoffs. Because somebody's going to win 2 games at 6-6. So
it better be baller status.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think you got the team to do that.
but I got a good run. I got the last place guy and I got the 6th place guy left. So feeling pretty good.
I've got to ask this question because you are a numbers guy. Have you run all the analysis and the probabilities for the rest of the season, and what will be your final record after this is done?
I have 9 wins, and I mean, I believe I can do it. I mean, I got the matchups I want. Dried up fish tacos matchups aren't good either for that week, and mine are really good. So I really feel like I got a pretty good shot even going to the playoffs. I just got to get these 2 wins, and you never know what happens. So hopefully me and Ferrari have a good game, and I come out the victor.
What do you have to say to Ferrari this week?
Better get behind your Fiat and start pushing it, brother, because you're going to need all the help you can get this week against my loaded team. I'm just trying to figure out who I should play, who's going to score the most points, because I got so many guys I could play. I just don't know which ones to.
Yeah, so. Does it matter? You can put anybody in there on your squad, and you're going to do well. So
I know. I was like, man, I could have put anybody last week in there, and it wouldn't matter. Like, the only thing that sucks is like I didn't get those guys in there, so I don't get the point total. And that's the only reason I'm in jeopardy of not going to the playoffs if I lose a game, because my point total is not as high as everybody else's. And it would be if I would have put the right guys in, but I didn't because I'm stupid sometimes. So
well, you got 7 wins, so that point total may not come into play down the stretch. You're sitting good with 7 wins. You got a pretty good chance.
Yeah, as long as I keep winning, I'm not going to have any problems at all. But I really feel like I got to win both games. Well, you're going to have a loser between Vince and Patrick. So somebody's going to stay at 8 wins and get a loss, and that'll take up first and second still. And if I win, I'll still have a less point total than both of those guys. And if somebody else wins, then they bump up. And if they win again and I lose, then they'll overtake me in points, especially if 2 people do it. I'm looking good, but
we see you've played out all the scenarios there to see where you're going to end up.
Well, hey, Luke, make sure to go home, check on all of your servers, make sure they're staying cool, man. Keep that generator locked and loaded in case the power goes out.
I know, man. I got it all ice-cooled. I got it surrounded by a cylindrical ice machine that continually feeds coolness to my computers.
Awesome.
So I could crunch those numbers, man.
We know you're lock, stock, and ready to rock. Well, Luke, man, we appreciate the interview and taking some time. Good luck on your matchup this week.
Yeah, I hope I win. I know y'all hope I lose, but I hope I win.
Yeah, I hope you lose.
Hey, it's all good, man. I hope you lose, too.
All right, man. We'll see you later.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
Another professionally conducted, well put together interview.
Agreed.
By Clay and Tom.
I don't think it could have been done any better than that.
We're definitely the premier interviewers of Hate the Game League.
I'm
I
surprised.
mean, no one does it better.
I'm surprised nobody's found us on YouTube and asked us to come on their radio show yet.
I mean, this is like Pulitzer Prize winning material
This
here.
is primetime stuff. We could be on primetime. This is ridiculous. Why are we still in Hate the Game League studios? I don't know.
We got to make money, man. I don't really have any smack talk this week. Normally I like to highlight some smack talk. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the longest podcast that we've ever done because we've just been blabbering the entire time.
You had to make up for last week. You knew it was going to be long. So.
And all you jabronis deserve it anyways because I don't like any of you at this point. But I want to point out one more time, huge week in the league. There are 7 people that could possibly make the playoffs at this point. So this week's going to be amazing, if not a little bit nerve-wracking.
I'm just going to be cool as a fan because I'm confident that my team's going to beat Pele. Again, I got all the check marks. That's all that needs to be said.
Awesome. I hope I beat Cody. We'll see what happens.
Cody's going to crush you, bro.
All right, jabronis, that's all I got this week. It's definitely been emotional.
Boom, son. You're done.